This is Judas Ex Machina, a machineofwords.com, and today I'm going to try to get your kid to read. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over some of the tools of the trade, such as an interesting book, possibly from your youth, some dollar store items, such as a lock, a toolkit, and a notebook, and a sense of mystery. So let's go into it. When I was a kid, I absolutely loved this book series, My Teacher is an Alien. Preface this, I got a 7-year-old kid, kind of likes reading, he's getting good at reading, really wanted to instill in him a deep passion for reading. And remembering some of the books that I loved when I was his age, I tried to work in a sense of nostalgia for me and a sense of adventure for him. So the premise of My Teacher's an Alien is, of course, that the kids find out their teacher's an alien and they sort of work against him. Now there's a 4-part series. It has, My Teacher's an Alien, My Teacher Fried My Brains, My Teacher Glows in the Dark, and then finally My Teacher Flunked the Planet. And the books are really, really good because they take place through a year period. The first main character in the book, Susan Simmons, she's kind of a goody two-shoes character, and she has a nerd friend. In the second book, the bully is the main character, and you kind of get a perspective on his life and why he's a bully, as well as, what these teachers are kind of doing, or these aliens are kind of doing, and what their purpose is. The third book takes the viewpoint of the nerd from the first book, and his adventures after he's been abducted from the first book. And really, through all of these, since I know the topic, I thought it would be really great to sort of create anchor points in his life and relate the books and the subjects to subjects that he's learning in real life. So first off, I kind of created secret agents that would be sending him messages. And the first message basically was like an introduction. Hello, we're going to be sending you spy stuff. Created these dogs named Ruger, Snowflake, Fast, and Flash and Brownie, each with their own strengths. Ruger kind of sends messages. Snowy kind of deals with biology and things like that. And I gave him a special secret lockbox at the dollar store. It was $1. I got a lock from the dollar store. It's $1. It came with a key. His own key, and then got him a keychain, cost $1. The books, of course, the collector set cost $20. So I think that was the most expensive thing I read or I bought in this entire event. And I even went so far as to sneak onto the school grounds and leave cards that I had bought at the dollar store, giving him secret clues. Remember that blue is your password, and he used that password to check on his dog, whose dog's name is Blue, and Blue had a message in his kennel. And from there, I sent him secret messages. Hudson, top secret, with simple cryptograms, with an A, B, C, number 24, etc., and just left messages for him, all to encourage him to read. So he'd have to break the code. Sorry, I'm rummaging a lot here because I thought I had it in order, and apparently I didn't. So the original message, and I'll put a picture of it up after, it was just a simple, what planet is a gas giant? And he had to use the number-letter substitution to figure out what that question was. And he thought it was really hilarious because he'd also been watching Captain Underpants. And in Captain Underpants, he says, they laugh because Uranus is a gas giant. So, kind of tied things into him there. And then I took the chapter titles from the book and I worked them into the questions. The alien is named Broxholm. Things Will Get Weirder was one of the chapter titles in the book. And so I'd leave them randomly around. He'd have to solve the puzzle. And then there was also an sort of a admonition for him to learn while he was doing that. So, and I'll include photos in this video. So, aliens have a different biology than we do. So we spent the day drawing with a non-permanent marker in some cases where our bones were, what those bones were named, the fibula, parts of the toes, and and where the heart was, and the left and right ventricles, and the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava, and really sort of understanding their own body. So I'm teaching them biology while at the same time it's an adventure. There's spies that are teaching them this. I mean, I even had him do a color coded message. Learn parts of the brain and color them, and so we spent the entire day putting together and learning about what the frontal lobe does and what the parietal lobe does and what the cerebellum does, and making our own notes about it. The occipital controlled sight. So all these things, it was super cheap, took a little bit of time, and really just I tried to encourage him as much as possible to figure things out for himself and just ask questions about what was going on. Now, I also talked to his teachers, and I told them he might be treating them a little bit weirdly because he thinks they're aliens. So they've kind of played along. We have a really great school system where the teachers are encouraging us to do these extracurricular educational activities because why not? They are smarter because of that. And so he locks all of his secret messages away so that his brothers can't get it. He earlier in another video, I made a dark box for him so that he could read in the middle of the night and not bother his brothers. We alternate reading between the chapters, where I sort of semi-act out what's going on in the book, just to give an example of how to read theatrically. And yeah, we have applied ideas of reading, writing, and arithmetic, and it's really just kind of fun. For myself, I get to set up these little scenarios, and he gets to play through. His brothers get a little bit jealous, but as his brothers grow in understanding, they're getting their own stuff. Lex is getting a whole Captain Underpants themed message system where we're going to read the books, and he's going to create his own comic books. And also some of the things that I've done, I sent notes. I went into his school and put cards into his backpack. I recorded an audio file of their favorite song, Take On Me by Aha, but I put a voiceover of Ruger sending a message, so I drove them to school, and in the middle of their song, all of a sudden Ruger comes on and says, Hudson, and he gives them his secret message and what he has to do for his assignment for the day. Little things, and it doesn't even have to make sense. Like if you're a parent and suddenly you're intimidated. This is not going well. I'll edit this out. If you're a parent and you're overwhelmed, and you have to have some sort of continuity, or you have to read the books beforehand, you just kind of have to read a chapter ahead. Look around the house, just kind of grab things that are part of their everyday life and just sort of make it secret, make it special. Insert phrases from the previous chapter into the message that you're doing, so they make the connection. Things will get weirder was a chapter in his book, and because that was the secret message, but it related to the book, but the book is happening in real life. I admit, maybe I freaked him out a little bit too much with all these secret messages, but I really have seen his desire to read grow exponentially. Before it's just, I gotta do homework, I gotta learn this, I don't want to learn this. And now he's like, hey, can we read the book before I go to bed? And then he wants to go share it with his mom. He wants to tell his brothers. Kids at school are all involved in it. And now suddenly they're getting secret messages, which is a really good sort of, would be a good sociological experiment to see how far this goes with the other students. But I'm digressing. So yeah, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions for me, that'll be great. I'm pretty sure no one's going to watch these videos. Pretty sure you'll just all laugh at my mistakes. I apologize that I'm not peeing for a really long time. Have a great day, and cogs, keep reading and watching my videos. Alright, and scene.